Yeah, she's
they
like,
let you
they
drive
let
your
me drive
car?
my car because she said I want you to be able to leave if you need to. So
What a Cajun mama, huh? Some people are listening thinking, you 18, you can do whatever you want, but not in the Cajun mama household. You underneath my roof, you're going to abide by my rules, and my rules do not most of the time.
I was 19 still living at home, so yeah, it was her rules and their rules. And
Welcome to Coffee Talk with the Cajun Mamas. Grab a cup of coffee, settle in, and let's dive into real conversations about life, motherhood, and a little inspiration to brighten your day.
Welcome to Coffee Talk with the Cajun Mamas, our final episode of April.
Yes, good Lord.
It's flying by like it always does, but we're here to keep you
entertained, we hope.
Entertained. All right, we're going to open up talking about our grand sponsor, which is Thibodeau's Paint and Finishing. Our friend Skeet Thibodeau, he took on his dad's business.
Yep.
And he is doing paint and finishing. He's been doing it since he was young.
Yeah.
So interior, exterior painting and staining. So those outside boards, you want to get that stain, whatever.
Yes.
Have
patio, a nice little
out.
patio stain. If you got some scratches, dents, stains on your walls, he can come repair that for you.
Or if you got a brand new house and you need all the painting done, y'all get somebody to come do that and get Skeet to do that.
They did my house, and I highly recommend their service. Yep, not sad about it at all.
Oh no, that's a headache.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
You can contact Skeet at 337-308-2713 or find him on Facebook at Thibodeau's Paint and Finishing.
And if you are a business and you are looking to sponsor, you would like to sponsor one of our podcast months, y'all let us know by contacting us at thecajunmamas@gmail.com. You can get in touch with us and we can set you up and help you. Help us help you.
Yes.
All right, today we are talking about frequently asked questions.
A whole episode dedicated to things that we get asked often.
Right.
So let's address some of these things. And if you watch it on our YouTube channel, go ahead and leave in the comments. Ask us. We'll go back, even though it's not live right now. We'll go back and answer these comments. If you have a question for us that you've been dying to ask or curious about, go right ahead and ask.
But if you ask the same question that I'm already going to talk about in this episode, I'm just going to tell you.
Don't expect an answer.
To listen to the episode. Because these are some frequently asked questions. And the number one most asked question, how did we meet? How long have we been friends?
How long have y'all been friends? Yes, and how did y'all meet? Okay, so this story goes back to 2018. Okay, you were on your second round of the boot camp at our gym, but it was a little tiny boot camp program back then.
Yeah.
And I came in after just having my second baby. And we met there. We met at the boot camp, and we didn't necessarily hit it off right away. We were friendly, but we weren't really soul sisters, right away.
Oh, you're my person.
Yeah, no. You can just tell them what you thought about me when you first saw me.
Well, when I first saw her, I said, well, why is that skinny girl coming to the gym? She doesn't need to be here. Because I was a thick girl, and turns out, skinny girls need to go too. And skinny girls get upset when you call them skinny.
Turns out,
sometimes.
People have a complex about being too big. There's also a complex about being too small. It's true.
I learned that. And it's like, okay, you was being some type of way, and you thought it was only big girls that can
go work out or whatever. Yeah.
Well, that get offended too.
Oh, yeah.
If you call somebody skinny, that's not nice either.
True that.
Because sometimes, they're trying to gain weight and they're trying to get muscle and they're trying to do things and you being ugly. So I learned that.
Yes, and if you didn't know that, now you do too.
Now you do. Don't worry about those skinny minis. They have goals too.
They have their own goals, exactly. Because like I told you later, I might have not looked like I should have been worried about it, but underneath those clothes, I was fluffy. I had just had a second baby. Nothing was tight. I wanted to just get some strength back and some tone up a little bit. That's what we all want, right? We want to tone up.
Tone up, yeah.
So that's why I was there. And come to find out, another reason I was there was to meet you.
I'll tell you what.
Tell you what.
And after that,
little by little, chipping away.
Yeah.
And the connection was made, and then the relationship started blossoming later, and here we are.
Here we are 7 years later, and we are always together, and we are soul sisters, and
wouldn't change it. And
no.
And if I don't get a text from you in about a 3-hour period, I'm asking, why are you not bothering me right now?
She definitely texted me that last night. Why are you not bothering me right now? And it was like, well, because, I set it aside, but that doesn't happen often because we tell each other every little
I'm
thing
like, what
we're
you do?
thinking
What are
of.
you doing today? Like, I just need to know, like, what you're doing.
Or sometimes I'm like, it sounds like from the text that you're sending me that you probably want to come over a little while. And she's
I'll
like,
be
you could tell that, huh? I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Sounds like I'm about to pass by after drop off in the morning.
Sounds like you want a little bit of coffee. You want to do a little coffee talk, And so that's where that all started.
Yes.
Another frequently asked question we get is, oh gosh, hold on, I had one. Were we friends in high school? Did we know each other forever? No, we just kind of addressed that.
We met as adults.
Yeah, we met as adults. And so if you're younger and you think your best friend is always going to be the be-all, end-all, you're going to be with the same group of friends, that's not necessarily true. Now, my friends, whenever I was in high school, I could go back to those friends any day and we can pick up where we left off, most of them. But I like seeing the evolution of my friendships as I get older, Yeah. It's scary to think that we might not always have this friendship, that my friendship would not include you. I don't know about that.
Let's not dwell on that, because I don't know how, no.
I don't think that would.
I feel like the connections you make as an adult have a greater chance of being lifelong friendships, just because, man, in a certain phase of your life, I will say like teens into the 20s, early 30s, like you getting married, you're having kids, you having new jobs that could take you all over the place. But then you get to a certain age where you're pretty settled, like I'm not going anywhere.
Nah.
I'm in Church Point. I'm in my forever home, so the odds are in our favor, friend.
Oh, I like what you're saying.
The odds are in our favor.
I like what you're saying right now. This is giving me a great comfort. All right. Another thing is, okay, Chad Labe said homemade roux versus store-bought roux. What do? We get that all the time. And it is a debate.
I don't understand why it's such a debate.
Me neither.
They both taste the same. They taste good. They both good. One of them stinks up my house. The other one don't. I can just open a jar and take,
It's there.
Miss Savoy does the work for you.
She already did it. Why I gotta do it?
I don't understand the big debate about it. I can't. Maybe the debate is like, well, you can't make your own roux. Like, you're not real Cajun.
No, I can.
But guess what? I can.
I don't want.
I have, and I can, but I choose to take the easier, faster way.
And my daddy used jar roux.
Oh, that goes above a generation above you.
Yeah, he did. Like, I don't remember my daddy making a roux from scratch. Not that he couldn't. It's just like when he got off of work for long enough to make a meal.
Yeah.
He wasn't going to make the roux too. Like,
some shortcuts are okay. Yeah, Thank you, Chad Labe, for opening up that can of worms. But that's okay. I think it's a simple answer. Both.
Yeah, both. Why not? Mm-hmm. But if I'm making it, it's coming from a jar.
Okay.
Okay, I'm trying to see.
Yeah,
frequently
me too. I'm
asked. What were we like in high school?
Oh, that's a good one.
That is a good one.
Okay, well, for me, I was homeschooled, so my high school socially consisted of like my youth group, pretty much. And I was pretty quiet. Like, I don't think I was always the one that, like, my friends would tell me all what's going on with their boyfriends and what's going on, like they would come vent to me, and I was the listener and the comforter and stuff. And I don't know, I've always been like that, I guess, but I don't know. I didn't have much going on In my life, it was pretty boring, to be honest with you. I mean,
I don't even
pretty
know
boring.
if I want to say, because I had such, like, I was a lot of different people in high school trying to figure out
what you
who
liked,
I
huh?
was. So I went through, like regular preppy girl. I had like a little rocker skater girl vibe, goth.
That's why that's why your oldest is like that. Yeah, it's inner because of
I
you.
guess. But I just love the rock music. I love the heavy metal. Like, I still like that. Even though it's probably not what Jesus likes, I just like I just like to listen to it. Like what they say. I like
to
that
work.
beat.
I like to work out to hit stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
But
get
I
your
was so many
blood pumping.
different types of Sarahs in high school and my husband's like, I'd love to go back to high school. And I'm just like, not me.
No.
Because I don't really care to do all of that again.
Same.
I finally figured out who I was, and I'm still working on that. But this is the way that I dress now.
Yeah.
Find some pictures.
When you told me that story about how like you went through that emo goth
And there's nothing
type of
wrong with
phase.
dressing. Like, I don't care. I did it. I just was like, that
That's
seems
not
so far away from who I am now.
I just couldn't believe it when you told me that. Like it just didn't fit the Sarah that I know.
Yeah,
You know,
because
but-
just for most of all of my life, I never dressed like that. But I did go through a phase of that. Let's see.
They want to know how old we are.
Okay.
I'm
38.
Same. I'll be 39. Wait, am I 39? Or am I 38? No, you just turned 38?
Yeah.
Okay, then I'm 38.
You're going to be 39 in October.
Yeah.
You're not there
See
yet.
how-
Stop.
I'm like, oh my God.
Okay, this is another frequently asked question. Where did we get that set of Corel?
Oh, good. There's a story there.
Where did we get that set of Corel? Well, I started collecting piece by piece, and how did the first one start though?
It's not the one you found at Jockey Lot?
Jockey Lot,
Yeah.
yes. Okay, so I went to Jockey Lot, and that's just a big flea market around here. They had like a garage sale event going on. Me and my mama went, and there was a set of these babies. Okay, I'll take this one because it doesn't have coffee in it.
Yeah, it doesn't have no coffee.
There was a set of these babies. All right, 4 of them, I think, and then they were like $4. It was just the cups, and then I made it. I like to treasure hunt. Okay, we've talked about we like to thrift, we like to antique. It's all about the hunt for me. Okay, I like to hunt for things. I don't like to order them online. I know I can get them on eBay. I know I can get them other places, but it's really about the hunt.
It's the hunt, absolutely, and finding that treasure.
And when I can go and find a treasure trove of Corel, I sometimes invest, and I did. We went to North Carolina, and I bought the whole plate set, all of the little cup sets, lots of them with the little.
That flew home with you?
That flew home with me. I took an extra
I can't
bag home, and we flew it home so that I could have the whole set. And that's where I got all my Corel. Some people's like, oh, your grandmother's. It's not, because they got rid of, some of them got rid of all that. They didn't want that. The mamas in them, my mama and them had a set of Corel, and none of it matched. It was all different.
Mm-hmm.
So we ended up getting rid of all of it because it didn't match, because, people wanted the blue heart plates, and they wanted the new Corel.
Mm-hmm.
So, but some people took care of their Corel, and I got some. And then Miss Chicky Mounier still is dropping stuff off at my house of Corel, and now she's like, well, you pass it on to people who would like it too. So that's what we do.
Yeah. And, I mean, the first few videos we ever did, 99% of the comments were all about the cups, because everybody's mama in the South had cups like this, and we were like, this is it. Like, we bringing nostalgia and sweet memories to these people through these Corel cups, and that was it.
But you know what? We don't use the Crazy Daisy as much.
I just need to bring them to your house.
We need to get we need to get a couple videos using the different kinds. I
have 2 different sets. Remember? At
Yeah,
my house?
you do.
Yeah.
We need to mix them
in
up.
rotation.
Mm-hmm.
Susan wants to know, when did you start dancing? And I'm thinking to myself, how does she know if we dance? And maybe she's thinking of that Mr. Weatherall dance we did. Because we sure don't know. I don't know how to dance like good, like professional, like good. Like my kids are both in dancing and they're good.
They are good.
And my husband's like, "Yo, get that from your mama." And I'm like, they really don't. I mean, I can keep a beat, but I've never done choreographed dance before. You know, I can just two-step a little bit, but that's about it, you know?
Yeah, me too. I two-step. I can waltz.
Yeah.
My husband taught me how to waltz. Well, my husband and his mama. When we first started dating, I learned how to do some Cajun dancing with them. And but other than real dancing, I got rhythm.
Yeah. I feel like we have rhythm.
Dance.
Yeah.
If you put on the Cupid Shuffle, I'm gonna get to it.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna get to business because I've been to a wedding or two.
Oh yeah.
The wedding dance. But
I thought that was an interesting question, though. No one's ever asked that before. You keep looking down this list, and I'm gonna talk about how Cajun Lady accent. Okay. Our friend Hal, she is also from Church Point. She has a whole line of Cajun seasonings, some dry dip mixes. All the dips, I've tried them all, and they're all fabulous. You mix them with mayonnaise and sour cream, and that's a crowd pleaser. If you go into a party or something, get you some dry mixes to keep in your cabinet to have on hand so you can throw that together real quick. You'll be the hit of the party, okay? She's also got like a spaghetti mix and a chili mix. That's easy to throw to some ground meat and make a meal for your family. It's all delicious. And a whole list of other good Cajun flavored seasonings and dips and mixes and things like that. Go to howthecajunladyaccent.com to check out everything she's got. It is crawfish ball season, and she has some delicious seafood ball seasoning and liquid seafood ball too. And if you want some seafood dip that's already pre-made in the little packs, all you got to do is crack it open and dip your crawfish in there. She has that too. Check her out on all social media platforms. Search How the Cajun Lady Accent and go to howthecajunladyaccent.com. Thank you so much, Hal, for being our sponsor.
Thank you, Hal. Now I'm hungry.
Me too.
Okay. One question I like, not necessarily a frequently asked question, but it is a good one. What's your favorite pot to cook in? And where'd you get it?
My coated cast iron lodge pot. Yeah, no doubt. Where did I get it? I believe it came from Gary Mott Hardware, and my mother-in-law got it for us as a wedding gift.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Mine is definitely the cast iron lodge pot. It's enamel coated.
Yes,
coated. The enamel coating is wonderful. I got that. My nanny taught me a lot about cooking, and she and my Uncle Everett got me those every Christmas. I'd get a piece. So I got, the big one that you cook your big rice and gravies in. And then I got a smaller one that you cook your sides in. And then recently they got all their cast iron cleaned.
Oh, wow.
And they
like
divvied it up between Lainey and I. So I'm sure they still have pieces, but I even made a sourdough bread in one of those black
I love
cast
bacon,
iron.
Yes.
Yeah, and it worked out well.
Yes. That makes the best bread.
But I wasn't sure because I use my lodge pots all the time. Now listen, I will throw down in a Magnalite pot. I love my Magnalites.
I have some, but I don't ever use them. I feel like it's because I have the glass top, and I need to do that on a burner.
A burner. Yeah.
I'm afraid to crack my glass top.
You ought to get you a nice burner outside. You don't have one?
We do.
Oh,
we do have one. I just don't think to use it. I need to do that.
It's nice.
You're right. And then you know
have
what?
such a nice cooking space.
It might give me a little break from the kids. They can stay inside.
Or they can go jump or swim while they're swimming.
Look at me, I'm trying to get away from the children.
Or outside the kitchen, like just
you're right. I should have did that this weekend when the weather was so nice.
A change of scenery.
Okay. Are we done on that one?
Yeah.
Okay. How did you meet your husbands? And
I like it.
Do you like watching Steel Magnolias or not so much? Well, earlier this month when we were talking about the Easter Bunny, I immediately thought of Steel Magnolias.
Oh, me too.
Yeah, the Easter Bunny. Okay, but how did you meet your husband?
How I met my husband. Okay, I met my husband in the first grade. we went to Churchpoint Elementary together. We was both in Miss Jacobs' class, and that's where I met him. And he was always nice every time I'd see him, because I didn't stay going to Churchpoint Elementary. I changed schools later on in the 2nd grade, and that's where I met my husband. Now, we were friends all through school. He was always so nice. He's one of these people that will always tell you hi in the grocery store, okay? And just a nice hi, he's not going to stand there and talk to you forever.
Yeah.
But just
He's
he's
friendly.
acknowledging
He's friendly.
you. He's not one of those people that's like act like you never seen him before.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, over the years, just a very friendly person. And then, he asked me to go to LSU game with him when I was in college, and I had a boyfriend at the time, and I was like, I cannot go with you to an LSU game. I have a boyfriend. But let me tell you what, when that boyfriend broke up with me, I was MySpacing him right quick.
Hit up that MySpace
Hey,
profile.
how you doing? And
yes.
Then the rest is history. That's how I hooked him.
2005, that would have been? Or what?
No, 2000. We started dating in 2008, I think.
Oh.
Because we got married in 2010.
Oh, okay. I thought
So-
y'all dated for longer than that.
No, we dated for a year, then we got engaged, and then we got married a year later. So I think we dated for like 2 years,
Okay.
really. But that's how we met. And now we have 4 children. We've been married for almost 15 years.
We got married the same year, y'all.
Yeah. Okay, tell
Okay.
us about just your love story.
Let's talk about 87 washes first.
Oh, okay.
I just want to
Okay,
throw
it's gonna
this
be
out
so
there.
good.
Yes,
Take a
okay.
break.
87 Washes Mobile Detailing. They are a family-owned and operated business out of Rain, Louisiana. They will come to you and detail from top to bottom, spotless, your vehicle. So you need to get in touch with them. Don't you feel just so much better when your vehicle's clean? I
Yeah.
feel like I can breathe.
And it smells good, too.
Oh.
And it doesn't smell like the old rotten milk or sandwiches that have been forgotten in there. Or
yeah.
there's so many different smells that could come from a car, but not after 87
Not
washes gets a
after.
hold to it.
No, that's right. They offer deep interior and exterior cleaning, maintenance, detailing plans, and fleet detailing for other small businesses. That's available. Fleet, if you have a fleet of vehicles for your business, they can even do that. Go find them on Facebook, Instagram, or a Google search. You can just search 87, like exit 87 in Rain. That's what it's from. Washes. And go to 87 Washes mobiledetailing.com for your gift cards for Mother's Day or for whatever. You can get somebody that you love a gift card and use Cajun Mamas, all one word, Cajun Mamas, to get 10% off your gift card.
How special is that?
I love that they did that.
I know. Very nice for our listeners. Thank y'all very much for being a sponsor this month.
Yes, thank you.
All right.
Okay, so I met my husband through a friend of a friend, a group of friends, on a trip to Destin. Okay, I was 19. I knew only knew one person that was going on this trip, and it was a guy, but we were not. It wasn't like that. We were
It
just
wasn't
friends.
an item.
We
say
were
like
not
that?
an item. We were just friends. And he was like, hey, I'm going to Destin with my cousin, her friend. There was like, let's
That's the
see,
one we
2,
met at the Rice
4, 6. Yes,
Yeah,
it is
okay.
him. Yeah. I think there was like 6 or 8 altogether. Okay. And so my mama and daddy, well, I don't know how I don't know how my daddy felt about it, but when my mama tells the story, she's like, we did not want you to go at all, because she's like, I knew y'all were going to be partying, drinking and all this stuff, and I'm only 19 years old, whatever. And my cousin at the time, she's my cousin. At the time, she lived in Fort Walton near Destin. So she told my mama, I'm right there. If they need something, if she needs me, I can go help. So that helped the cause. Okay?
Oh.
That helped ease her mind a little bit. And she's like, I did not want to let you go, but I just knew that it was going to be okay and that you could go. But you had to take your car. So I drove my car. Yeah, she's
They
like,
let you
they
drive
let me
your
drive
car?
my car because she said, I want you to be able to leave if you need to. So
What a Cajun mama, huh? Some people are listening thinking, you 18, you can do whatever you want, but not in a Cajun mama household. You underneath my roof, you're going to abide by my rules,
Yeah.
and my rules do not most
I
of
mean,
the time
I was 19 still living at
include-
home. So yeah, it was her rules and their rules. And You know, they helped me. I was in school, so they helped me pay for gas and stuff in my car and my insurance and all that. So it was really, up to them.
The first time we went away for the weekend, I went on a date with Chase to his company Christmas party. And we had to stay at the hotel.
Oh.
And look, I was 21 years old. And my mama, I couldn't believe she let me go.
Oh.
Yeah. I couldn't believe she let me go because
you don't do that.
Absolutely not. You
No.
know? But that's a Cajun mama for you.
It is. And we're going to be the same way.
Oh, absolutely.
So I went, drove my car. I had a couple of them riding with me. Well, Nathan, my husband, we were carpooling. It was a truck and then my car. And that truck, Tyler David was driving. They was driving 100+ miles an hour on that interstate, and I didn't know where I was going. I was following them, Sarah. I was so mad, and he will tell you that to this day. We got to some truck stop or something to get off to get gas, and when I got out that car, I shot them a pair of eyes that would have killed a man. And he's like, at that point, he was like, I thought, there ain't no way in hell I have a chance with this girl. Like, she's mad. And I was just like, I can't believe y'all doing this. Like, I don't know where I'm going. This is my first time driving 8 hours by myself, not by myself, but anyway, I'm getting all fired up.
Oh my gosh, I would have cried and turned around.
I almost lost them at one point because they were going so fast, and I'm like, I am not driving 100 miles an hour.
And I mean, we talking about there is maybe if you were lucky, how'd you get there? Because we didn't have a phone telling us where to go.
Print out directions and look for the exit. I mean, this is 2006, okay? Technology's come a long way in 10 15 years or whatever, however long that is. Do the math. I'm old. Anyway, so we get to this gas station. I'm like so mad, whatever. We get to the condo where we were staying at. Soon as we walked through the gate, them beers clock, 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 and I was like, what did I get myself into? Like, I wasn't raised around a whole lot of drinking. I was like, I did not come here to watch y'all get drunk. I did not come here to get drunk. I love the beach, and I was happy to be at the beach.
Yeah.
It really wasn't that bad. Like, it scared me at first, but, like, it really wasn't that bad.
And me, I was one of them ones cracking it open.
No, I just wasn't like that. I don't think I had my first taste of alcohol till I was 19. I'm serious. That's a whole nother topic. But anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, so everything worked out. It was fine. I'm like, oh, this boy's cute, but like, I don't know,
He was putting the moves on you?
Not till the end. So it was like a 4-day trip or whatever. And like the last day, you want to go for a walk? You want to go for a walk?
He said that?
Oh, yeah. You want to go for a walk down, like on the beach or whatever? I'm like, well, of course I want to go for a walk on the beach. Like, how much more romantic can you get? It was evening too,
Your first date.
First date. Oh, yeah.
Walk on the beach.
And
a walk to remember.
The walk of a lifetime, I tell you that much.
Yeah.
Came back from that trip, and Miss Connie will tell you, Nathan was smitten. She said, like, my boy was in love. And when she found out, he's a little older than me. He's 5.5 years older than me. So he was 25 at the time, and I was 19. And she was like, she wasn't too happy about that. Like, she's very young, this and that. But God had a plan. God had a plan. It all worked out. And like, I look back and I'm like, I'm glad that I wasn't single in my 20s. Like, I feel like I didn't miss out on anything. I missed out on a lot of probably bad things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we've been together since I was 19 years old, and here we are. I'm almost 40.
That's good. You're blessed, yeah. Because
absolutely blessed.
That life can be rough.
Yeah. And a lot of tragedy, heartache, and unnecessarily, So yeah. I'm thankful.
And situations that are hard to get out of, or like, I don't know. I'm just glad.
Yeah, we are blessed in the husband department for sure. We are.
I don't know if they blessed, but
they are so blessed. Don't you think to have us?
I think somebody told him it must be fun living with her. And it's like
he didn't know what to say.
All the shades of Sarah.
He didn't know what to say.
He was like, oh, it's something.
Oh, it's something, all right.
It's something. She's something, all right.
All right, tell us about our friend Hal.
Oh, well, Hal the Cajun Lady Accent is actually one of our wonderful friends. She has a line of seasonings that include Creole Zydeco, Cajun Walls, Black and Nat, all the things. Her Mexican Fiesta, we've already said, is our absolute favorite.
Love it.
The dry dips, my daughter and the whole family loves it. You get one of those dry dips, mix that up real quick before you go somewhere, bring that to the function. I promise you that is going to be something everybody's going to enjoy. Every time I make it, they're like, what is this? That? Yeah. What is it? And it's always so good. She has even the firecracker mixes. She has a firecracker mix and a Mexican Fiesta cracker mix, liquid seafood ball seasoning, anything Cajun flavored. She has got you. All right. And her seasonings are low in sodium and MSG free. Yes. If you are a fan of Hal, you can also get some of her merch on her website. She's got hats and t-shirts. You can catch her at howthecajunladyaccent.com, or you can catch her on Facebook, Snapchat, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. She is always doing a meet and greet. Y'all go and check her out. Yes. Thank you so much, Hal, for being a sponsor.
Okay.
All right.
I do see one other interesting question that I think we can talk about before we close out this episode.
Okay.
What is your favorite thing to cook that you have learned from your grandma?
From my grandma.
That's what the question says.
My favorite thing that I learned to cook from my grandma is pain perdu.
Oh.
She taught me that and egg in a basket. Okay. Every time I go spend a night.
Something so simple.
Yeah. I mean, she did other things too, but that was something I could remember all the things and try at home.
I was expecting you to say like a rice and gravy, or she taught me how to make a roast or whatever, but it don't have to. This is like what was most special to you. And
at the time, my daddy taught me later on when I was grown how to make gravies and stuff, but my grandma taught me how to make pain perdu, and that was something that I could remember and make at home. Whenever
pain perdu is French toast.
It's French toast, lost bread is the actual translation for that. But and we'd make it together. I could help her make it when I'd go spend a night at her house and have coffee, milk, and pain perdu.
Oh, the memories! I love that.
What's yours?
My grandma. So on my mama's side, we lived next door to my mama's mom and daddy, and my mama's and my mama on that side was Italian. She didn't really cook much Cajun style food.
Italian, she would cook.
Yeah, sometimes. But I mean, a mixture of things. She wasn't super Italiano,
I
like that.
I love to watch those old mamas make that on TikTok. You ever watch that?
Oh, that I could get lost in it when they make the pastas
the
and
nonas,
stuff.
Whatever they call them.
Nonas or nonas?
I don't know.
Yeah, one of them. No, she wasn't like an Italian nona. But anyway, she did make what I call sweet spaghetti, and taught me how to make that sauce. And I haven't. I really need to do that to see if they like it.
They might.
Because I know my husband is not a fan of it. My daddy's not a fan of it. They like spaghetti's not supposed to be sweet, like the sauce. But it's to the point where I add, not just a little sugar to cut the acid. You put sugar to where the sauce is sweet. And then you put the Parmesan Romano stinky cheese on top of it. So it's like a sharp, salty, cheesy contrast to the sweet sauce.
We ought to make that.
I'm down.
We ought to make that one day.
I'd like to see if you like it too.
If you put that stinky cheese on top, I probably will.
Yeah.
And then I'll make French toast for you.
Let's do it.
Okay.
What I would usually do if I made it was I would do meatballs, but I would do meatballs and sweet spaghetti, and I would take some of those meatballs and do a meatball stew for my daddy. So I would do two separate things, But that was always my meal for my birthdays and stuff. It was Maman's sweet spaghetti.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
We really need to do that.
Yeah, I agree. It's been a
need
long
to put
time
that on
since
the
I
books.
tried that.
Yeah.
So that was fun. That was a fun episode.
That was a fun episode. All of April's episodes were great.
I know. It's just flown by, too. If we missed a question that you had, let us know in the comments. You can leave it in the comments. And if it's like something that we get asked a lot, we can sure address that.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. We'll probably could even do another one of these episodes a few months from now, like with more frequently asked questions.
Yeah, I'd love that. This one was fun.
Yeah.
Thank y'all so much for listening, taking the time to listen.
Yes.
We are going to close out our episode by mentioning our grand sponsor for the last time this month, Thibodeau's Paint and Finishing. Thank you so much, Keith, for being a grand sponsor for Coffee Talk with the Cajun Mamas. He's an interior and exterior painting and staining
handyman.
A handyman.
He can do some minor carpentry work, and he can hang sheetrock for small jobs. If you have some repairs that need to be done on your walls, interior, exterior, peeling and stains from water damage, he can handle all that. And he's serving Church Point and the surrounding areas. So give Skeet a call at 337-308-2713, or find them on Facebook at search Thibodeau's Paint and Finishing on Facebook.
Yes, thank you, Skeet, again, and thank you for listening to Coffee Talk with the Cajun Mamas. We'll see you next week.
Thanks for joining us on Coffee Talk with the Cajun Mamas. We hope you enjoyed your cup of coffee and our chat. Don't forget to subscribe and share with your friends. Until next time, keep the coffee brewing and the conversation flowing.